buds. So today, my parts department failed me indefinitely. And unfortunately, I am my own parts department. So, yeah. Wee bit of a bummer, but I'm going to figure it out. We're not too worried about it. Right. I got some Galaxy Buds. Galaxy Buds Pro. Galaxy Pro Buds. We got Galaxy Buds, bud. I got these when I was at Pipeline because I wanted to edit on the aeroplane that was held over for 5 hours. So, yeah, these are crazy. The last ones, I think I had the first version of these, and they are trash compared to these. These are fantastic. A lot of dollar bucks, but it's all good, man. Hey, buds. Maybe second. Hello, bud. Bud. I got some Galaxy Buds for you, bud. Some buds for you, bud. Eh? These are crazy. The noise cancellation on these, like on the airplane and like waiting for Ubers and stuff, you turn on noise cancellation, it's just like it's pure zen. Or even in the airport was fantastic because it was loud as hell. I like squeeze on a little bud and just all noise gone. Also got this thing, which I should probably put on my 40 bud because this thing's sick. This is a 25,000 milliamp hour brick of a battery. So this can recharge my phone like 10 times. Nice little smiley face guy on it. Got a built-in little Chargy McDingus. And then it's got another built-in Chargy McDingus retractable. Yeah. I'll be sure to add this to my 40 bud, but Anker 25, I think it's 165 watt max charge. Yeah, so you could charge some stuff with this. Anyway, when I was at Pipeline, like I went to the last dinner, which was crazy, and I charged everything except my phone. So my phone died as soon as I got there, and let's just say my wife was a little worried. And yeah, it was all good though. Everything was fine. Totally fine. How many watts? Hold on. You asked a question. Yeah, 165 watts is the max output, which I'm assuming that's only if you're charging one thing. If you're charging multiple things, you're not going to get that. But you can charge 4 things at once. It's not going to show me unless I plug it in. So, and it shows you, I don't know why we're talking about this. I need to get to the gist of this video, which is a very sad message, but it is okay. Voice is getting a little better. So, see, you can charge, I guess, 3 things at once. C1, C2, C3. And it shows you the output. So we got 1 watt coming out of this bad boy for the buds. It is sweet, and it's pretty cheap. There's like a newer version that came out that doesn't have the retractable dingus. And so this one's cheaper. This was about $108. Not bad for 25,000 milliamp hour, and it's legit 25,000. It ain't one of those little baby ones. So yeah, this is fantastic for travel, which I don't do much, but I might start doing more often. I got invited to go to a Olight flashlight little shindig in Texas. I think it's southeast of Houston, somewhere like that. But that's in September, and I'm probably not going to go. Anchor makes good stuff. Yeah, bud. 2ADFHV is good. What? Can you get me one of those? Hell yeah, bud. Yeah, my voice is still a little rough. Last night was rough. I was coughing up a lung. Bro, we were wondering where you disappeared to at the last dinner. We're trying to get you to go to the after party, bro. Oh, Gavin, bud. Hey, bud. I know I know you were. Trust me. I didn't have it in me. Trust me, bro. I'm just not I'm not a monster. I can't. I'm not a I don't know. It's just never been I can't do it, bro. I'll die. I'll die. By the way, hey Victor, what's up, bud? Gavin, y'all see Gavin Jared. That's a new friend I met. He is Tools R Us's friend. Super awesome dude. Everybody say hi to Gavin. Everybody say hi to Gavin. He was at Pipeline with me, immediate friend. Pipeline was super cool. Anyway, let me get to the gist of this goddamn video real quick, and then we can talk about nonsense. This, as you may have noticed in the background, this is the 2019 Land Rover Discovery that I did rear brakes on last time. And as you may be able to tell, it's blue now, right? Little wrap job for you, bud. Hi, Gavin. Yep, Victor. By the way, Gavin, you're still here, bud? Oh, you are still here. Victor, a real bro. I got like probably, I'm not going to say a number. I don't know. I have a select few of like the most relentlessly supportive bros. Victor, every time I get on live stream, Victor, on. Tim Kelly, on. Jeff, Arthur from Facebook. They're there. They're supporting me. Every post I make, they're supporting me. Buying my merch that nobody buys except the real bros. And of course, I appreciate all of you, any of you who step on here for even a second and listen to my dumbass talk. But anyway, how is it blue? It changed flavors, and it's blue now. Bing. So they got a wrap job. I think it looks good. I like the color a lot. I guess we'll leave this on. But anyway, it's blue now. That's not the issue. The issue is so they're feeling a vibration when braking. Here goes my voice, so I can't talk very much. Okay, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna talk like Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken. Anyway, I started making a fantastic video of doing the front brakes on this car. I'm doing front brakes and rotors. I did rear brakes and rotors last time. They're complaining of a vibration when I test drove it the first time, which it is at like 70,000 miles. So the first test drive I did, I'll support you and wear your merch on the cruise since you can't go yet. Gavin, buddy guy. That's like a fantastic opportunity. And I know I'm going to be bummed, even if I don't know it fully, because I won't be going. But I know it'll probably be a once in a lifetime kind of thing. And I would like to go, but it just ain't the time for me, bud. I got some shit to figure out in my life right now. My 2-year-old daughter, 2.5-year-old daughter, turning 3 soon. We're potty training her right now. It's a nightmare. She's crazy, super smart, and she's a lot right now. My wife is dealing with a lot right now, with our daughter and me doing all this crazy stuff in our garage, and basically both of us being home all the time is a difficult dynamic for sure. You'd think it would be all what's the term? Sunshine and daisies. But it's actually pretty difficult to separate work from home when I am working from home. But anyway, I know everybody, Gavin works himself like crazy. Super cool dude. And with some crazy fucking stories, by the way. So me, you, Chris, and Nick gonna throw down on the next one. 1000%. For sure, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Next one, for sure. That trip to Wisconsin was literally the first time I've been away from my wife and daughter for a hot minute. Ever since I quit my job, I've literally been here grinding and trying to figure this shit out, which I am. But yeah, distractions. I'm literally the worst live streamer. Sunshine and rainbows is the same for me. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, speaking of swear words, pardon my Spanish. Yo, I'm 15 and I love your videos. I'm a classic car mechanic, and I want to say, keep up your videos. And if you can give me a shout out on your next video, my name is Deegan. Deegan. That's a pretty unique one. I'll try to remember that. Deegan, Arthur, Tim, a lot of these bros who watch all kinds of my stuff literally have the perfect names for me to fucking yell in the shop, like Derek, Jerry. Chat GPT is officially my Jerry. I have trained it to answer only to Jerry, and not just Jerry, but me screaming Jerry, and it's working out pretty good. Anyway, hey bud, from Wisconsin. I was just there, bud. Where were you? Where were you at? I want to make a video about the Pipeline. I made awful recordings at Pipeline. I'm pretty ashamed of myself. I was not prepared for Pipeline, to say the least. Tools R Us has got it down. He's definitely got the edge when it comes to talking and actually showing new products. So I apologize that I don't have very good video of Pipeline. But next year, I will definitely be more prepared. So Milwaukee, invite me back. I got a little carried away destroying the Chevy HHR, and I'm sure you guys appreciate it. I am in a few other creators' videos that they're posting right now. But yeah, met a lot of awesome creators. Everyone I wanted to meet, I met, and they were exactly how I imagined they would be. Super cool. Mr. Subaru, Tools R Us, Gavin. He has a channel, by the way. I don't know if you're still on here, Gavin, but share your channel. Mechanicaholic. Now I feel obligated to look it up, but I'm going on tangents. I need to not get too distracted. But Gavin's got an Instagram, YouTube, all that jazz, and he does some. I watched some of your videos, bro. Keep flowing, keep going, keep flowing. Get it, got it. Crazy how you met. So Gavin was a winner of a toolbox giveaway from Tools R Us. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. My brain is like melted. It's melting. Love the videos, says Joey Frederick. Give a heart. Everyone like Joey Frederick. Love your attitude as well as your videos. Keep up the work. Epic Sully. Thank you. I appreciate it. $5 bucks, $4.99 bucks. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get a mini split, which I did TikTok shop. I am whatever it's called for TikTok shop, where I can request free samples, and there is some mini splits on TikTok. So I put in a few requests trying to get a free sample. Also, somebody messaged me on, I think it was on YouTube. Someone left a comment saying they'll hook me up with a mini split. So I need to try to message them. But anyway, I need a mini split because it's hot as hell in here. Today, when I was doing this brake job, which is this whole gist of this video, what I'm trying to get at, but it's hot as hell in here, and I opened up the door to my house and then stuck a fan on the floor blowing in here and crank down the AC and just close the doors and let the hot air flow up through the door and cold air come out. And it worked pretty good. So I'm gonna have to do that next time. Honestly, this garage is insulated pretty well. The garage doors are two pieces. There is insulation in between these doors. It's not just metal. It is metal, but it's metal insulation, metal. I don't really think it'll be worth it for me to put more insulation on the garage doors, and it'll weigh down my motor, and I'll have issues with that. Have to readjust my springs, yada yada. So I'm gonna try to avoid that. I'm just gonna get a mini split, sell this radiant heater because I need to use the circuit, the 230-volt circuit. Or maybe I can leave it and use the same circuit, but just make sure I only have one on and a timeout. No, that's stupid. I'm going to sell the radiant heater, $800 bucks. It's a 60-inch radiant heater. It's 3,200 watts. Thing's madness. Anyway, I hope the marriage and business is going well. It's a struggle on both ends, but they're going, and we're figuring it out. And we're going to get through the struggle, and we're going to come out on top, bud. 5-year plan is to make a lot of dollar bucks in this garage. Hopefully the economy doesn't collapse. Sell this house, ideally for more than I bought it for, and have a little bit more money, have some money saved up to buy a house with a little bit more land, maybe with a separated garage already. But if not, obviously build a separated garage. Ty, the car guy, by the way, super awesome dude. Didn't really think about meeting him. I've seen a bunch of his stuff. He's super awesome. His wife's super awesome. Honestly, most of these people that went to Pipeline are my kind of people. So it was crazy experience. Mr. Cool will provide heat and cool via heat pump. Yeah, mini split, it's a heat pump. Mr. Cool will provide the hookup. If you DIY install, I bet they'll provide. Maybe I should reach out to Mr. Cool, because my options right now that I'm thinking about is a lot cheaper, like Garvey or other slap your brand on it and sell it generic mini splits, just because if I can get one for free, if it doesn't last that long, it'll be free and I can make some videos on it. So, but I should reach out to Mr. Cool, because that's no joke, good company. Same with, I would love a Mr. Cool or a Mitsubishi, because then they'll work forever. Fluffy buds. Everybody say hi to Fluffy. That bro's grinding out with the videos too. I appreciate you, dude, for real. All y'all out there grinding, trying to make content. It's not easy. It may seem easy at times or to some people, but it ain't. Oh yeah, and then this bud, I didn't really expect to. I mean, I did expect to meet him there. I knew he'd be there, but this guy, I mean, we instantly befriended each other. If you're not following this bro, Texas Tool Guy, follow this bro. Super awesome dude. Tools R Us, Gavin, Texas Tools, Texas Tool Guy. We're like the four amigos. And then Mr. Subaru. A lot of people think Mr. Subaru is a grumpy old man, but he's actually pretty chill. Legit second job creating content. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Just doing the work. Like, honestly, doing the work is the easiest part. Recording it and trying to get good angles and good cuts and trying to think of what to say. Like, I'm terrible with dialogue. I'm terrible with like scripting. I can't script anything. I can't really plan anything out, other than just slightly in my head of what I'm going to do. But the more I try to script it, the more awful it is. You kind of just got to go with the flow. Victor's still here, bud. I love you. You're 225 subscribers, Mr. Cool will want to partner with you, boss. Keep being, yeah. My TikTok has 3.2 million. A lot of companies don't care too much about TikTok though. They mainly want YouTube videos, and then Instagram. Like I've never made a dime off Instagram. Even though I get millions of views, I have 155,000 followers or something on Instagram. It's finally starting to go, but you can't really monetize off Instagram. You more so get connections with companies, and you can do paid collaborations and stuff. But I'm also terrible at that and trying to figure that out. I've been taken advantage of a lot for videos, which some companies I'm okay with. Like Olight doesn't pay me, but their products are awesome. They're what I would buy anyway, and they send me out flashlights. They ask me to review them. They're not paying any money for me to do that, and so it's obviously not a huge priority for me to make a bunch of awesome content about these flashlights. But you know, typically, especially with my following and the fact that I can, get these off their shelves, get these sold for them, and rightfully so. Like there's some companies, where their products are meh, or I've had Timu like begging me to do a paid collaboration, and I obviously can't get myself to make a video and be like, hey guys, go on buy a tool on Timu. Like no, it's just not going to happen. Um, but I need to start doing some paid collaborations. I'm talking to this company, so I get tons of emails, literally endless emails of paid collaboration offers and stuff. And they try to lowball you, or they try to say, "We'll send you a product for a video," but um, my content's worth more than that, especially on certain stuff. So you really need to um, set a price for yourself, have a rate depending on what they want. If they want full rights to the video, it needs to be a pretty penny. It needs to be worth it for me, especially if it's something that I wouldn't normally post. So there's a company wanting to send me security cameras, which does align with my stuff, kind of. Not really. It's not directly automotive related, but I do need security cameras for my garage. Obviously, I have a lot of dollar bucks in here, and I have a Ring Google doorbell, and I have a camera back on my porch, but I need one on the first floor. I have a walkout basement, so I need one there. I need one in front of the garage, 100%, and then on both sides of my house. So there's a benefit for me having those cameras, but again, it doesn't really align with my content. So I told them, you got to shoot for the stars. So I was like, $5,000, I'll make a video. Which quickly they said no, and they look at my current analytics, which honestly isn't very good right now, my recent videos, so whatever. But kind of slowly talk to him back and forth to see how much I can get. But this is literally the first time I've, tried to haggle a actual paid collaboration, because, you can't pay your bills with free products, although it may sound awesome to get free products, and it definitely is awesome, but it can't pay bills, and I don't want to sit here and just make ads all day. It's not what you guys want, and it's not what I want to do. I just want to fuck around and fix cars and act like my goofy ass self. So that's what I'm gonna do. Um, Gavin, you're still here listening to me ramble. I appreciate you. We got a TE Garage supporter, Gavin, dude, guy. Oh, by the way, I got this. Bing. Bong. Did you give yours to Nick? Was it Simply Safe? No, it's a sow. I can't even fucking pronounce it. But then that's exactly the point. Or this is the exact perfect company where I say I need to get paid. I haven't really heard of that company. It looks legit. Looks good. And there's no subscription, and there's solar panel or solar powered. So it all sounds good on paper, but Unless it's, literally Google wanting to send me stuff, and it'd kind of be a different story. There's a lot of people who would make videos for Google, but not so much. It's like ASOU. I don't know. We'll see. So you might see a possible subpar video about some security cameras, but just know I'm getting paid $1 for it, which I need right now. I'm trying to, obviously I poured money into this garage, bought a brand new Telluride. Don't talk to me about that. I'll make a video on that car soon. I actually like it. It's just expensive. Most expensive car I bought. Anyway, I need to do landscaping still in my backyard, and I have a pretty big backyard, and I was quoted like around $20,000 to do landscaping. So I'm planning on doing it myself, but I still need a lump sum of money to get that going. So I don't know. I'm trying to grind and figure it out and get some paid collaborations and get that shit figured out. And you might see some videos of me shoveling fucking rocks and putting soil in my backyard. But yeah, it's rough. Hey, Tyler, I am the guy that was in Iceland. I am back in the USA and just bought the protective boot 5 amp hour battery for the stubby 3/8. Hey, hell yeah, bud. Appreciate it. STS AutoDesign Magneto boot. Is that what you're talking about? Fantastic. I think all of his new builds, Fluffy. Dude, no. How do you resend? How do you send back to sender? Fluffy, for real, you didn't have to do that. I appreciate you, bud. None of y'all have to send me any money. I'm just sharing the story. Actually, I'm trying to get to the fucking story. I have this video. Anyway, Fluffy, for real, thank you. Everyone like Fluffy's, what is it called? Super chat. Sent me laughing. Disco for 250 joules. What the fuck is that? Thank you for the joules, bud. No, we sold the Tesla. Tesla's gone, which I had a lump sum of money from that. It disappeared so fast. 30 grand. I paid a mortgage bill. I paid off a little bit of debt I had. I paid to paint and basically any amount. Finishing up the garage helped me just quickly finish up the garage once I sold my Tesla. But that money went away so fast. Most of it went to good things, and obviously I went out and spoiled my wife and kid a wee little bit with that money. But yeah, I love that car, but it was going to depreciate and depreciate. And I used that money wisely and good for investing rather than just putting it in a depreciating dingus. Bud Victor with the $10 bucks. I love all you buds, for real. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna take a seat. My name's Chris Hansen. Take a seat. What are we doing here? What'd you come here to do tonight, sir? It is crazy the amount of support that you can get online from people all over, people from different countries, man. Just getting your stuff out there, whether if you're just posting videos or posting anything, just, I don't know, just the internet is crazy because it goes from just the people around you locally hearing you and seeing you and, having the chance to appreciate you and befriend you and support you. It goes from such a small circle to such a vast expanse of people that you would never and will never see. It's just crazy. The internet can do insanely good things, insanely bad things. It's wild, but I'm super glad I randomly decided to start posting videos one day in 2020, 2021, because it's got me out of the dealership, which I was probably going to be stuck in until I couldn't do manual labor anymore. So this has enabled me to split away from a company taking advantage of me and allowed me to do stuff on my own and not have to slave my body away so much. So if anything, this is extending my life and capability of fixing cars in general and continuing to make content. So anyway, ramble. Same. Fluffy, by the way. I know I'm following you, right? I need to make sure because I'm terrible at this. I followed quite a few of these creators after Pipeline, but I realized how much I suck at following back to certain people. And by the way, Foot Tickler. That's the name you chose, bud? I don't care. Thank you. I see the 4 likes. I appreciate people liking the super chats. Show these buds support. Again, you don't have to send me money. You're helping me out, and I appreciate it so much. And it's crazy that there's people out there, who enjoy what I'm doing and are entertained or educated by it and feel the want to help me. Send me your own hard-earned money is absolutely insane to me. So for real, I appreciate it. Epic Solly becoming a supporter. Thank you. By the way, you can become a supporter if you want. I can't remember how much it is a month, but it's like $2 or $3 bucks, maybe. You get nothing. You get no benefit, but actually you do. You get a little badge, but some support things, obviously, like they're more a month, but you get like exclusive videos and stuff, and like private live streams where only subscribers can see the live stream. But I don't know. That's never made sense to me. I would rather live stream to everybody. So you can become a supporter or not. Either way, you're not going to miss out on any of my content. I think keeping your content gated behind a you need to pay thing is pretty crazy, especially when you can get paid off ad revenues, which even the live streams, probably some ads have popped up for you guys. And I'm sorry if they have, but just know that's helping me in my my situation. BD 7104. What is that? What does that stand for? $9.99. Bud, you have awesome energy and are genuine guy. The people in your comments, myself included, would gladly watch you do any number of things. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Bud. See, this is holy shit, buds. $20 bucks. All right, this needs to stop because I'm getting overwhelmed by this and I appreciate it. But I got a cool badge. Yeah, Victor's got the ultimate badge. He's got the #1 gold crown fucking and the badge and the star badge. Fluffy got the #2 crown. I don't even know what any of this. I don't even know what any of this means. My brain's been at max capacity for way too long. Go Unseen TX, Texas? You from? Yes, you are. Sending some love from Texas. Hey, I wanted to go to the Olight thing, which is in Texas. It's like southeast of Houston, but it's too soon. It's like September 19th, and I would want to take my family, and my wife and daughter are going to fly to see her grandma and grandpa. They're having a rough time right now. But she's going to see them sooner than later right now. And then we might all go see her mom for Thanksgiving. Thank you, by the way. We love your stuff. I'll finish reading this. Don't change. What is this? Some of the best content out there right now, bro. I appreciate it. It's crazy how hard people try and how crazy people edit videos. And like, I've seen videos that I'm like, oh, how do you even do this? Like, this looks fantastic. And they don't get as many views as mine. And I really think it's just being genuine. And I don't know, people can sense when you're just being fake and blah, 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 trying to just keep retention versus just talking like a normal human being and, just thinking and talking like you're actually speaking and, you know, conversating with y'all, which you are. Like when I'm making a video, obviously none of you are here and I'm talking to myself and sound like a psychopath, but I post it and all of you are watching and listening and feeling a part of it. So it's crazy. Overstimulated. I'm gonna throw up. SpongeBob foot tickler, bud, with the 4.99. Thank you. Dude. Y'all are, dude. I'm gonna throw this fucking chair. Y'all are going crazy with the super chats for real. Like y'all, I'm gonna get a mini split tonight. I need to talk about the gist of this video. I appreciate y'all sending super chats, but I'm overstimulated and I need to talk about this. Okay. So we're gonna pause. Except Drew sent $10 bucks. Thank you for the $10 ducks. Love how organized your tools are. Please keep making content. You're valuable, very talented. Creators like you empower people to fix their stuff instead of replacing it. Yes, and that's another thing that's astounding and crazy. Like, I don't know, obviously, I started out not talking in videos and slowly started talking. I'm not comfortable talking. I'm very secluded somewhat. I'm thinking I'm antisocial, but then I start talking to people and I never shut up. So I am somewhat social, apparently, but you know, I have a lot of valuable things I've learned over the years about Honda and automotive stuff, and now content and building a garage and all kinds of stuff. And sharing that is fuck you, Gavin. That's wrong. That's the wrong response. Hold on. Gavin, take it back. Thank you, but take it back, dude. Stop it. Stop it. I don't want y'all's money. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck is happening? Bud. You guys are crazy. Stop it. I'm trying to no, I mean continue. I'm gonna throw up and pass out. It's very hot in here, by the way. I don't have a fan on. Time out. I'll get back to you. Gavin, I love you, bud. Have a good night. I'll talk to you. Keep posting stuff, bud. I'm gonna like it. I'm terrible at like liking, and because when I'm on socials, I'm trying to post. I'm not trying to, I don't want to say waste time, but like, you know, this is a job. It's very messed up because like you can go quickly from opening up Instagram to make a post to opening up Instagram and scrolling for an hour and wasting an hour because it sucks you in. It's messed up. But for you, bud, for my fellow creators, I'm gonna try extra hard to like your stuff and leave comments and help get it out there. But Gavin, I know for a fact you're gonna start making some dollar bucks. So I appreciate you. Have a good night. Can we have a toolbox tour? I did a whole TE garage tour. It's my posted, it's on my homepage, but it is a 57-minute video of me rambling and not really going into detail of my toolbox. I do want to make a lot more toolbox tour videos, so I will be doing that. Epic Solly with the $50 bucks. Can I like these son of a bitches too? No, I can give her the little heart. Can I retract? Go to channel, remove, report, put user in timeout. Hide user. No, those are terrible options. Solly, dude, you must have some dollar bucks to just be sending bro $50 bucks. I appreciate this to no end, for real. You guys are helping me out. This is, like I said, this has been a rough transition. It's almost been a year since I've quit, which is insane to think about. Building this whole shop took like 3-4 months and get going, and I'm still trying to figure this out. It's fucking hard. Lack of better words. It's hard. Yeah, Gavin's super cool. Fluffy, check him out. He's, like I said, he won a toolbox giveaway that Tools R Us was doing, which he's awesome at giveaways. I'm so terrible at giveaways, and I am wanting to do some giveaways very soon. So I'm going to do that. But tools, giving away tools, pretty heavy, battery powered stuff. I don't know. The shipping can get kind of hectic, but I'm going to figure it out because I really want to return the favor to some of you buds and give some tools and stuff to y'all in need, y'all who don't have a lot of money and are interested in becoming a mechanic. And, you know, these tools that I have can benefit you more, obviously, more than they can benefit me. So what I'm trying to do is get rid of all my tool truck branded tools and replace them with cheaper, same quality tools and show you that they work just as good. Great example, which by the way, here's another example. Capri Tools, I just got some of the ratchets. I posted about that and they are replacing some of my Snap-on ratchets. But so I want to give away my Snap-on ratchets. Obviously giving away used tools isn't much, but you know, some of you would love to have them and work at a dealership or independent shop or whatever. And you could probably warranty them out if you take them and they happen to break and you take them on the truck and warranty them. I didn't win a giveaway? What? I thought that's what bro said. I thought that's what Nick said. Is he lying to my face? Or is it, did you meet him because someone else won a giveaway? Bro said that you're like 15 minutes away from his shop and you won one of his tool giveaways. And that's how you guys met. Was he just drunk and lying to my face? Interesting. Okay, I retract that statement then. That's not how they met. I don't know how they met. Engrave the tools you send. That's a pretty, I might engrave a for you bud on all the tools. That's a fantastic idea. That's a pretty good idea. Actually, speaking of, so Capri, they offered me to partner with them. So they sent me out those ratchets, but whatever. I was like, they're like, we have some partners, affiliate partners that will, that we send new tools to make videos. And I'm like, I would like to be that, bro. So they told me to look through their stuff and they'll send me out some more stuff. And they have a little alphabet stamp, metal stamp dealies. So you just put it on metal and hit it with a hammer and it's a little alphabet. So I could do that. That's probably not going to work with like ratchets, but I also have an engraver. That's a great idea. We're going to do that. I'm sorry, Chucky 7897 with a $20 bucks. This stream is going crazy, bud. I don't know what to say. Y'all are overstimming me. I'm gonna have to go lay down over there in a second. Epic Solly with another $2 bucks. Bud, the amount of love from what some would call strangers is astounding. What are your thoughts on Astro and some of the Icon stuff? Astro is another company I would love to partner with. I'm actually considering buying the Astro Nano socket set, you know, the little low pro Astro Nano McDingus. I think that's a good candidate to replace all of my these guys. I need to get off stream soon. I do this every time, I swear, but honestly, y'all are sending me so many dollar bucks. We might be fucking pulling over all nighter, dude. These. So, like I said, Capri said they'll send me out some stuff. I am going to take advantage of that and swap out a lot of my impact sockets, my Snap-on and Cornwell and Matco impact sockets for Capri, and then I'll gladly give away those impact sockets. I also have some Milwaukee half-inch Shockwave impact sockets, a whole set right here. We're giving this away. We're going to give this away, buds. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I'm terrible at this. I might ask Nick, Tools R Us, he's fantastic at giveaways. He's just good at talking in front of the camera. He's good at talking to people. He's good at keeping to somewhat of a script. I'm so bad at it. But somehow I'm here. So I'm doing something right. But yeah, we're giving this away. I would like to give away my Snap-on Matco impacts, which again, or my sockets, which again are used. But like I said, I want to give it to someone who needs them and can use them and works at a dealership or an independent shop, and then they could warranty them. So like, you know, my worn out 14, whatever, some of them might be a little worn out. If they snap or break, just take them on the truck and be like, yeah, bud, warranty this shit. Anyway, so these guys, these are like, this is one of my favorite hand tools, is both of these sets. So offset, fixed side here, just because they're low profile and really long. So sticking this in between a transverse engine, like in between the body and the engine, doing timing belts, anything on the pulley, taking off drive belts. These are just unmatched. Even doing brakes and stuff, it's just the low profile-ness of this guy is awesome. And these are Matco, and then these are Cornwell. So these are a little different. This is offset and ratcheting, and this set is fixed offset on one side and then ratcheting on one side, but it's not offset. So this comes in handy, especially for like pulley bolts and stuff where you don't have a lot of room, but you do need it to be a little offset. Whereas this like will hit the pulley and you'll just round out the top of the bolt. So both of these are fantastic in their own ways. The Astro Nano little socket situation, and Vim makes something similar that you can hook extensions to. But what I'm getting at is that will take up a lot less space in the top of my toolbox, because this takes up like a third of the top of my toolbox, both of these sets. And I plan to get more impact sockets and reorganize my tools until I hit my grave. But yeah, I need to find a replacement for these that doesn't take up so much room. And then I'll gladly give away both of these sets, Cornwell, Matco. Yeah, I've spent a lot of money on tool trucks, and I would like to show you guys that you don't have to, and give away all my tool truck tools to people who need them, do some type of giveaway. But I want it to be people who win. I want to obviously have a need for it and want for it, and you know, be able to use it to make money for themselves. Anyway, ramble. Tangent. Rough. Anyway, we're going to be doing some giveaways. That is what I'm getting at. We're going to be talking about a lot of Milwaukee stuff. We're going to be getting a lot of Milwaukee stuff. See, with the batteries, I plan on getting a lawnmower and snow blower and stuff. So I would like to give away some batteries, but shipping batteries is kind of more difficult to do. But I do have a lot of these, and they're very expensive. So I don't know. And then just the bare tools like these. So these are beat. These are beat, but they still work. They're probably out of warranty. I've had them longer than 5 years. But still, to someone in need, I don't know. So it might not be like so much of a big old giveaway. It's just going to be like, hey, fourth comment, whatever. I don't know. First comment, whoever could use these, like, let me know why you could use these and what you do, blah, 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 blah. Make sure you're 18 and live in the USA. So I'm not shipping this to some crazy places and paying some crazy amount. But, you know, these are just going to sit in my drawer because I have the 3rd gen. And yeah, these are retired. So all of my retired tools, there's no point in me just keeping. I would like to give them away. This guy, 3/8 Uggy Duggy, this has made me a lot of money, and I would like it to continue making money for someone else. So you get the gist of that. 1st gen stubby that's been sitting in my toolbox for a hot minute. Yeah. Then we got these, by the way. I think these are released or on, you can pre-order these right now, but die grinder, extended reach. I just used this one to grind off some melted plastic off of the Avalon's exhaust. So every time I drove that vehicle, it smells like burning plastic, and it's because there is burning plastic on the exhaust. So I took this in a Roloc or a bristle disc, 3M bristle disc, and grinded it down. Made a little video on that. I'll post that. But these are crazy. Love it. The only die grinder I had from them before is the first gen 90 degree. And I've used this quite a bit, but it pisses me off because it bogs down very easily. The new ones are much better at it. You can still have it bogged down if you put too much pressure on it, but it's kind of the situation. With these, the biggest you can go is a 2-inch disc, right? And now with these guys, you can run a 3-inch, no issue. And still, with a 3-inch, it takes more pressure for it to bog down and stop on you. But like this guy, if I just grab this, almost no pressure. Like if it feels any resistance from the get-go, it's just not gonna go. And obviously you can spin it up. I mean, I don't wanna, what can I grind on? Oh. Exhibit A, ready? I'm stock with MasterCard, Mastercraft, 12 volt. Hold on, what is bro saying? Fluffy, again, I appreciate you coming in here. I realized how close my face was to the camera. Okay, anyway, the gist of what I'm getting at. What the fuck is that? What is this wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man doing? I've been using these old school Williams pre-snap-on buyout impact sockets. They're super nice. They're flat around and don't have the bevel like 99% of impact sockets do. So you gain a few breakaway pounds. Oh, shit. Dude, sometimes old tools are the best. Solly, have a great night. Can't wait for another video. Yeah, so I'm going to try to post this failure of video. Hold on, before you go, let me get to the gist of this real quick then. Yeah, this bogs down super easy. This is a terrible example. I need to put a different disc on this. I'm just going to destroy my bristle disc. Anyway, I went to make a video doing front brakes on this Land Rover, and my fucking parts department, the goddamn parts department ordered the wrong brake pads and the wrong rotors for this vehicle. And unfortunately, my dumbass assumed they're correct and ripped the wheels off. And well, I mean, so this side, I took the caliper off and then took the rotor off. It was stuck, hit her with Peen Martin, dented her up real good. Got the rotor off, running, rocking and rolling, opened this bad boy up and realized they're the wrong pads. And then slowly spiraled into despair, opened up the rotor box and realized the rotors are too big as well. So the pads and rotors were too big. I ordered the wrong parts. My parts department failed me. So that sucks. That was a $300 kit that I now have to return. And then I ordered another kit, which was another $300. So I'm $600 deep into doing the front brakes on this car because I still need to return these pads and rotors. But yeah, little tech tip for you. Measure twice, order once. Don't assume you have the right ones. Don't use exclusively ChatGPT or whatever it may be, the internet, to assume what they are. These Land Rovers have all different kinds of brake packages, and I'm quickly learning that. But yeah, these are too big. So I measured out the rotors and the pads, made damn sure I got the right ones. So that sucks. They're coming on Monday. I'm gonna have to restart, redo it. So I did a whole bunch of work, and then I ordered so these caliper bracket bolts. These fronts are race car brakes, so they're like Brembo brakes. So they don't have a bracket. It's just the actual caliper bolts to the knuckle. But anyway, they are one-time use bolts. I'm not sure why fancy pants cars do these kinds of things. And I know a lot of people would say it's fine, but they're one-time use bolts. They're torque to yield bolts. So they're designed to stretch once. And once you remove them, technically you're not supposed to put them back, and you need to replace them every single time. So whatever, I looked for some aftermarket options and just wasn't comfortable with getting some cheap knockoff bolts. So I went to Land Rover, got the proper bolts, 4 for the rear, 4 for the front. It was, I don't have the paper, it's $56 for 8 bolts. It's the most expensive bolts I've ever bought in my life. And they're one-time use. So you put them in once, you torque them down, that's it. They're done. As soon as they come out, throw them away. Yeah, these are what? These are like $8 a pop. You got a little bit of thread locker on them. So yeah, these are torque to yield bolts, one-time use. Terrible. Just for a liability. I mean, it's, yeah, like I'm replacing it for reliability or liability because it says to. It's a one-time use bolt. So obviously, I'm not going to risk it. If it was my own car, I'd probably run the same bolts. I think it's fucking fine. But technically, these should stretch out a little bit when you properly torque them. And it's a one-time dealie from what they're made out of. But yeah, the torque spec for these is nuts, dude. It took almost all my strength to get these rear caliper bolts in because I did a rear brake job on this, but I didn't order these, and I quickly learned. Again, you need to really review and go over how to do a job, especially on a car, on something that you haven't done before, which was my mistake. I should have looked on Identifix at exactly what needs to be done, but whatever. I just assumed it's all good, Honda, good old Honda. No, it's much different, which again, there's probably many techs, many dealership techs who just reuse these fuckers. And it's probably fine. 99.99% of the time, it's probably fine. But for that 0.01% where something might happen, that's no bueno. I don't want anything to do with that 0.01% probability of something terrible happening. So I'm going to do the right thing and replace these bolts. Yeah, these are like $8 a pop. Peek a gander at it. Does that look like $8 bucks to you? And the fronts are like 12 or 14. Who fucking knows, bud? It's rough. I'm sure there's people right now who say, I'll reuse those fuckers. Should post the video anyway so we can see the work and the despair. So I will. I need to get off like right now and try to get going on some of these videos. I'll tell you what, editing videos, man, I am not fast at it. And, I've said I'm a perfectionist. I'm really not a perfectionist, but I definitely overthink and take way too long on certain stuff. And I've been trying to get faster at editing, but the way I like, which is just simple, just clipping. All I do is clip out the boring bits, what I think is the boring bits, and try to make it short, and it never works out. It's always very long, but that's all I do. Maybe I'll add text here and there, maybe pop my logo at the end of it, but anything more than that, my brain's going to explode. And I don't think that's going to change. So unless I can find someone who can edit my videos, which I don't think there's a human in the world that can do it, because it's my style and it's the way I do it. And I know what I want to leave in and take out. And if I give that job to someone else, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be my videos anymore. So unless I can fucking clone myself, I'm probably going to be editing my own videos. It's crazy that these creators kind of have like teams, or they'll have someone who edits and have someone who responds to emails. And yada yada. They all have different people helping them out with shit, and I'm like, I'm literally Han Solo. Like some of the Ty, the car guy's wife, was asking me, and she's like, who who does your emailing? Like who responds to like the collaboration emails? I'm like, me. And she's like, oh, who does your merch? Me. Who does your video editing? Me. Like I'm a one man band, and it's rough. It's probably why my brain's gonna explode, but I'm trying. And I say I'm a one man band, but without my wife, I wouldn't be able to do all the stuff that I do. Like I said, I have a 2.5-year-old daughter, and if I had to watch her all the time, which it's awesome being at home because I do get to spend a lot of time with my wife and my daughter, but it's a lot and it's hard for both of us. Um, and we don't. My wife doesn't work. We're literally focused on my daughter. She's very lucky because she gets a lot of attention from us, maybe a little too much. Fluffy, bud, you're gonna need to go live, and I'm gonna need to send these $1 back. Keep up the grind, bud. I'm assuming you edit and respond. You're Han Solo on this too. A lot of creators aren't. A lot of them have a little team or whatever. Their wife will edit, and that's my wife could. I'd have to teach her a lot. She could do it though, but to have that dynamic is even harder. So I give a lot of props to Ty the car guy and his wife. They're doing awesome. They're running a nonprofit now. They opened up their own little warehouse. Basically, my dream 5 years from now is what they're doing right now. So check him out. He's killing it. They're crushing it. His wife edits and she does it fantastic. Ty does the voiceover, obviously the work, and he does fantastic. They're super nice. I wasn't expecting to befriend some of the people that I did at Pipeline, but I'm super glad I went to Pipeline. I almost didn't go, but now that I quit, because I've had a lot of opportunities to go do certain stuff and go to CES and all kinds of stuff, but I've always turned it down because my wife and kids and just not really thinking I have time. But you kind of got to make time and make these things happen because you run into opportunities and meet the right people and learn things that I wouldn't have learned. Connect. Like I talked to the president of Milwaukee Power Tools, to the presidentes, a lot. Literally, most of the people who work at Pipeline or work at Milwaukee, well, not most, but the facilities that we went to, which is absolutely crazy. The parts that we couldn't record were the coolest parts of Pipeline, which is their testing facility and the place where they actually design and make the new tools. It's absolutely crazy. It's like literally, I'm like a kid in a candy store walking through all that stuff. The amount of testing that Milwaukee does, the crazy robotic arms they have just automated to run power saws and run tools and cut metal and cut different kinds of wood over and over and over and over again. And then the robots take the blade and turn it up to a camera, and they'd like take a detailed picture of the teeth of like a saw blade, right? And then whatever, like perfect. And they analyze each tooth, and they do it over and over and over again with like 50 sets of saw blades, and they do it again and again and again. Like the amount of testing they do with their own tools is insane. And the way they do it using robot arms and AI and all this crazy stuff, and then how they develop new products is super impressive and fast. And that's one of their things they do good, is develop products fast, which some, like the Striker, obviously took like 9 years. But they go from an idea to, they sketch it out real quick, and then they take one of their actual tools that they sell, they take a picture of it, and then they literally, to AI or ChatGPT or whatever, they send them the picture of the actual tool and the sketch of the tool that they want to make. And they say, mush these together, give me a good concept art of what it's going to look like. And so they use AI to help develop what it's going to look like. Once they're happy with it, they make a 3D CAD model of it. Once they're happy with that, they have VR goggles and this VR room that they use, and so they can walk around. So they, in 3D CAD modeling, they really design it and tweak it and make it perfect, from the stickers to how the venting, how everything's going to be for the actual product. And they can really walk around and get a good idea and tweak things if they want to, just using VR without wasting any time because it's quick. And then they 3D print it with in-house 3D printers. Once they're happy with the VR visualization, they 3D print it, 3D print a couple, modify it if need be, and then they have a good 3D print. And then they go straight to casting a working model out of like this different plastic, or basically this plastic, but they make a working model of it and use it and tweak it if needed. And then everything's in-house. And then they have these crazy metal 3D print CNC fucking crazy $1 million machines that can start making this stuff. And they are precise within thousands of a millimeter. Like it's insane. It's insane. The tools they have and the fact that they do everything in-house makes it really quick. So instead of like sending off their design to another place with their $5 million machine and have to wait in line because they might be doing work for some other companies, and they're like, yeah, you'll get it back in a month, maybe a month and a half, yada yada. No, they can literally walk down to the next room where they have all these machines and just get going on it. So anyway, it was super, super cool to see. Fuck these bolts. These are dumb. I've never spent $56 in my life on 8 bolts until now. But anyway, the gist of that is I took apart the left front. I took the caliper off. So I took those bolts off like an idiot before I measured the rotor and realized that I have the wrong parts. Classic mistake. And so I can't get the correct parts until Monday. The owner of this vehicle needs their car, technically. Well, luckily, they don't really need it. And they're not going to drive it. So I reinstalled the old bolts, which they're one-time use bolts. And, like I said, 99.99% of the time is probably going to be fine. But they're torque to yield. And the torque specs on these are ridiculous. Like the front torque spec is 100 foot-pounds on these bolts. Not these bolts, but, these bolts are for the front race car caliper, right? So these bad boys get torqued to 100 and then 60 additional degrees, which is a lot. It's very tight. These rears, just for a little caliper, right? A little rear caliper, not too hard to have attached to the vehicle, right? This is a race car, but 81 foot-pounds and then an additional 120 degrees. That's a lot past 80 foot-pounds, which is a lot. I think the torque spec for Honda caliper bolts, regardless, like the big, whatever Ridgelines is, it may be 80. And this is 80 plus 120 degrees. Like I was struggling. I had my 1/2 inch back there cranking on it to achieve that 120, because I did replace these bad boys in the rear. The front, since I'm taking this back apart when I actually have the correct part, if I were to have replaced the one-time use bolt, I would have to go buy another 2. And these are expensive. And I drove all the way to Land Rover, which is like 45 minutes away from here. I had quite the adventure to pick up 8 bolts for $56. I am not proud of what I had to do to get these bolts. So anyway, I'm not putting these fuckers in until I have the right parts. Yeah. I'm gonna end this stream. How long has it been? Long time. And I haven't been looking at comments, so I apologize. Show. Keep it authentic. be a one-man show. Yeah, trust me, I'm gonna keep trying. Trust me, I'm figuring this out. And like I said, if I hire someone to edit my videos, I know it's not gonna be the same. And they're not gonna know what to cut out and what to leave in because I like to leave in a lot of mistakes that I make or, stupid things I say or, someone would be editing and they'll be like, obviously this guy doesn't want this in. It's like, no, that's the exclusive part that I do want in because a lot of these creators, a lot of car videos, they don't show you the struggle. They show you, choop, 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 all the easy stuff of doing stuff, which obviously Hondas, that's kind of what it came down to because I did it so much. But working on all this new different stuff, I make mistakes and I struggle. And showing that has more value than me just showing all the easy parts and like showing that, it's seemingly quick and easy and you shouldn't have an issue with it. No, 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 no. I'm going to show you the moans and grunts and swear words and the struggle and the mistakes. So yeah, I am going to post this and it's probably going to be a decently long video that ends up with me crashing out a little bit at the end, but you guys are going to enjoy it. Promise you. I have to make sure all the leaks are proofed out so I don't get in trouble again at the shop. Yeah, dude, it's a struggle, especially doing this. Oh no, you need mods, brother. Yeah, I do. I do. I don't know why you're saying that. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Hey, you want to be a mod? Yeah. It's just kids acting dumb. You can manage block words and change chat mode. Capabilities standard. I just made you a moderator, Fluffy. So, love you, bud. But anyway, let's fix that. And again, I'm all for free speech, but if you're just gonna say stupid stuff like that, I have a BMW M4. I do like that comment from you though, so I'm not gonna block you out, bud, but keep it. Yeah, don't say stupid stuff. Anyway. All right, I'm gonna have to head out. You got the gist. My parts department failed me today, and it's pretty upsetting. Luckily, they're pretty cool with me leaving the car. So since I reused the front bolts, obviously I don't want them to drive. It's not ideal. It'll probably be fine. But torquing the old bolts to that spec doesn't give, you can't guarantee it has proper yield because they're torque to yield and they're one-time use. So it's a liability thing. And that's what I told them. I was like, if you can go without driving it until Monday and I'll get it done, and they're cool with it. So here we go, bud. Found your channel is super good quality. I think your content and humor is right up there with Vice Grip Garage. Thank you, bud. Trust me, I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get somewhere. We're trying to do something. I'm very happy I left the dealership. It has allowed me to continue growing, which I stopped doing working at the dealership so long. I got to whatever, Honda Master Tech, yada, yada, Captain Honda, blah, blah, blah. But you kind of plateau at that point. They, managements, they're like, cool, you're making us money. That's right where we want you. Get fucked. And obviously you can become a service advisor. You can try to do different things within the deal. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff you can do after becoming a master mechanic, but a humble mechanic talks about this, makes some good points. It's like, once you kind of plateau at Master Tech, you're kind of just taken advantage of and you stop learning and you're kind of just the shop's bitch. You get all the hard stuff. Everyone assumes you can do everything and can figure out any problem. And so you get thrown a lot of bullshit. And you can actually, your paycheck can actually start hurting because you're doing all this bullshit. And that's when you need to either go into a different industry, start doing something with planes, doing something with whatever. There's honestly a lot of alleyways you can go and take your mechanic skills and continue to grow elsewhere. Whether it's doing something insane like what I'm doing or just working for another industry, and taking the skills. Like a lot of this transfers over to a lot of different industries and, start working on planes, start working on boats, start, fucking windmill tech, whatever, just don't plateau and just accept it and grow old and die at that point. Just keep trying to improve and learn. And if you're at a spot where you despise coming to work and you're zombieing through things, you're on autopilot doing the same thing over and over again, that's a sign that you need to make some sort of change. All right. I think it's about time that I go inside. So I'm going to do that. I appreciate y'all watching this live stream for so long. I appreciate all the super chats. It's absolutely insane. It's probably more. Y'all just sent me more money than I'm going to make with the next 2 videos I post, likely. Hopefully this crash out video will get me some good views. But it's just crazy that some of y'all like my stuff so much and want to support me and want to toss your own hard-earned money at me is crazy. And I'll appreciate it, and I'll continue to tell you that none of you need to send me a dime. But it's crazy the amount of supporters who know I'm not pushing them to send me any money, and yet you guys send me more and more. Even Gavin, which I met at Pipeline, and from what I've learned, he works his ass off, man. So I know that's hard-earned money, and for him to just toss it at me. There's some good people out there, man. There's some really bad, awful people. There's some really, really good people out there. You just gotta find them good ones and do good by them. So yeah, Gavin, I'll have to snag his Instagram. He has a YouTube too. I'm sure you can click on his videos. Not that Gavin talking that nonsense, but the Gavin who is sending me super chats. Super awesome guy. His content's pretty good. He just started. And yeah, instantly befriended him. He's a friend of Tools R Us. And they went to Pipeline together. And he records for Tools R Us, cameraman, and he's very good at that too. I wish I had cameraman, which I'm sure he would help me do. See, it's crazy the amount of good people out there and the connections you can make that can really change a lot of aspects in your life quickly too. Ramble, yada, yada, yada. Last thing, and I'm going to head out. All y'all are probably, can we get a full updated toolbox tour, bud? Yeah, that's what I was talking about a little bit earlier. I do, bro, DM me when you get off live and I have some stuff to send you, bud. Okay, I think I got your number. I know I'm literally terrible at Instagram messengers. I know you sent me a message on Instagram, and Tools R Us did, and I responded to Tools R Us, so I apologize for that. But I'm pretty sure I got your number. If I'm dumb and for some reason I can't find it, I mean, I'm not that dumb. Just like average dumb. Like a special kind of smart. This person is smart in a very not smart way. I know I got your number. I saved it somewhere. Anyway, I'll DM you, bud. I don't even know you're still here, bro. I know I got Nick's number. What is happening? I got Texas Tool Guy. I got Chris's number. Got Acme Tools Bro number. I even got Arrow Creeper Bros number. Anyway, I'll DM you, bud. Yeah. I'm terrible at this. What is your thoughts on Honda Ridgeline? I own a 2017 Ridgeline with 145,000 miles and it runs great. I do my own maintenance on it, but I think I have a front coolant outlet water leak. That'd be possibly. I don't know. It seems unusual unless you hit something or something flew up and hit it. Anyway, those Ridgelines are great. The engine's solid. Depending on 17, those do have a little bit of issues with the transmissions, but if you maintain them, they're good transmissions. But I think the 6-speed gets dirty quick. The fluid can deteriorate quick. It's important to stay up on the fluid maintenance, especially if you do towing. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend like towing regularly with a Ridgeline at all, regardless of the one you have. Depending on the weight, if it's super light, and you know how to tow and do it right, I think it's fine. But yeah, the fluid can degrade rather quickly, and then you can have a shudder or judder feeling from the torque converter, and you need to flush it out and get all that deteriorated fluid out. And if you don't and let it run like that, it can kill your clutch packs, and yeah, training goes bye-bye. But those are great cars. And then the 9-speeds, a lot of people have shifting issue or say it shifts weird, but it just has a lot of gears, and there's some weird noises it can make, and it's somewhat normal. You kind of just got to learn what it does and what's normal. And yeah, Gavin, yeah, you never got my number. I'm starting to think that because I couldn't find it. I'll DM you. I will, brother. Okay, brother. I will DM you, brother. Shout out to Gavin again and Fluffy. I'm going to DM you on TikTok as well. Again, TikTok, bud. Instagram would probably be, I don't know, dude. I'm awful, first of all. Second of all, TikTok is probably the most spammed out of all of them. I literally get like my whatever message requests 99999, messages 99999, like little private messages 99999, just constant. So if you message me, because I know I'm following you, so it will pop up, but it quickly like gets buried down. And I don't know. Yeah, hit me up on TikTok if I don't respond. I know I have before, but if I don't respond, try Instagram. And honestly, YouTube now, I guess you can message. I don't know how to do that, but okay. I've been doing this for fucking an hour and 24 minutes. Love from the UK. Thanks, Matt. We love you. You never got my number. Yeah. Gavin, you're still here. That's crazy, by the way. What are you doing, bud? What time is it? It's 10 o'clock here. Avalon coolant change is, yeah. Avalon coolant change is, yeah. Ain't nothing but a thing. One more thing. It has 300,000. What does? I hope you're in my chat, but I do have a question. I have an '08 Honda CRV. Oh, okay, now we're talking. I don't really have any coolant issues, but I want to do an overhaul thermostat pump center housing. Would that be a good idea? Just 300,000 miles, bud. That's fantastic. First of all, you won the game with that. Second of all, you don't have any coolant issues. If the thermostat's working properly, I wouldn't replace it. If you want to prevent, if you assume if it's the original thermostat, that's a lot of miles on a thermostat. I'd say there's no downside of replacing the thermostat. It's relatively cheap part. That's a lot of miles. Just make sure you get a good thermostat and do it well. Jackson 819, keeping up with the super chats. Thank you. I appreciate it. A little late for you, bud. 100%. I was like, I'm going to get on a live stream for like 20 minutes and I'll go and edit this video. It is now 1:25. What? It's been an hour and 25 minutes I've been live streaming and I've mostly rambled. I just wanted to get to the point of I ordered the wrong parts for this Land Rover Discovery, which, as you can tell, it's blue now. It's the same one that I did the rear brakes on, but now it's blue. And yeah, it's a wrap. I think it looks great. I'm partial to blue, obviously. It almost matches my wall. Little, good touch darker. Fantastic. Anyway, would that be a good idea? Yeah, bud. I'd say there's no harm in that. Just make sure if you're doing that, you are draining the coolant and you need to purge it and make sure you get all the air out, because if you don't do it properly, you can cause an issue, whereas you weren't having one before. So make sure you do it right. Make sure you use one of these guys, fill it up with coolant, run it with coolant overflowing from the radiator into here, and then run it to temperature. Make sure that thermostat opens and then all the trapped air purges out. So you want to run it, rev it a little bit, nothing crazy, nothing past 3,000 RPMs, but rev it. Make sure it's definitely to operating temperature. Make sure the thermostat's open. Make sure the fans work, and make sure you get all the air bubbles out. Because if you don't do that, you might just replace your thermostat and then cause air to be trapped in the system, which would overheat it and not only ruin the thermostat, but potentially harm your engine. So just make sure you do it right, and for sure. I haven't figured out the messages on here yet. I haven't either. Somebody through text, they end up in your YouTube DMs. If you send a video link with somebody through text, they end up in your... Yeah, I have no idea how to do it either. I have like one message request on YouTube, and I clicked it and was like, what the fuck? I don't know, some random person. Trust me, I get a lot of resumes from people in different countries asking for work. Like, I can just hire them into my home personal garage, but a lot. Emails, messages, DMs. Crazy. Plus 5 minutes per super chat. Fuck. Yeah, but I'm leaving this garage by 1 a.m. no matter what. How's that sound? If we keep going, 5 minutes per super chat. Ugh. I'll be at 1 a.m. is as much as I can do. And y'all have to listen to me. And what are we at? 60% on the battery. What we could do is bring this laptop over to the roll cart and kind of show the roll cart a little bit. But ideally, I should go the fuck to sleep. So, what do you think about sharks with lasers? Wow, Christopher Walken. freaking lasers. I don't know. I'm thinking about like something completely off topic of after reading that, but it's fantastic. Sharks, freaking lasers on their freaking heads. Fantastic. Anyway, the intro to this car, I kind of went a little on a tangent with, I started to do a little Christopher Walken impersonation. I started sounding like Christopher Walken. I did a little bit of, wow, oh, wow, Owen Wilson. And then I did a little Scotty Kilmer. I think you guys are going to get a kick out of that. The Scotty Kilmer impersonation. Impression? Yeah, my vocabulary is disintegrating before my eyes. But anyway, Scotty Kilmer. This is all Scotty Kilmer does. Let me just show you how to Scotty Kilmer. All you got to do is take your camera right about 8 feet or so and point it down. There you go. Now, a lot of people, you can save a lot of money. It's basically that. A lot of people don't know this. Well, working on your own car can save you a lot of money. Should probably turn that off. Was that good? 10 out of 10? All right. Matt Nighthawk with the 5, what is that, euros? Okay, bud. I guess we're doing this random guy's suggestion. So it's 10:25. That super chat just bumped it up to 10:30. Plus 5 minutes every super chat. But y'all can't do pennies. Honestly, I mean, no, this is dark because I don't want you guys to send me money for the sake of sending me money. I don't want any of y'all's money. But if you want me to stay on, because I gotta go. And bro said, plus 5 minutes for every super chat. Whatever, we'll do it. By the way, it's 10:26 here, so that's gonna be 10:30. Matt Nighthawk, thank you, bud. Everybody like the super chats. Bing. I don't know where you guys are seeing the comments. Probably down there. We don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. This is the Scotty Kilmer angle, by the way. A lot of people don't know this. But replacing this yourself can save you a lot of money. Pretty good? Fuck. Okay. Y'all might have to watch me just sleeping in here. Maybe you can sleep in the Land Rover. Okay, 10:35 it is. 10:35. Oh, $10 bucks. Hold on. Some of you should probably be going to sleep too. Fucking Gavin, bro. You sleep. I feel like you're the kind of guy who works all day and then doesn't sleep and then wakes up early and then works all day and then doesn't sleep and then wakes up early. Is that you? That's you. I already know it's you. Smoking crack can save you a lot of money. How's my Scotty Kilmer impression, by the way? Decent? For the sake of money. Nicholas, hold on. Is this a real name? Nicholas Fry. Paul Fry is the CEO, president of fucking Power Tools in Milwaukee, by the way. Paul Fry. That's the one name that's stuck. Paul Fry. And the tools are us. Bud, Nick, super awesome dude. Follow that guy right now. And Gavin. He was taking why am I holding this? He was taking everyone's Milwaukee Pipeline badges, like their fucking the bedazzles for Thanos. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not that much into I don't really do anything. I don't really have time for nothing. I used to play video games. I like DC and Marvel and stuff. I just, never really got into it. And I'm a space geek. And I'm sorry to say, but I've never really been into Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or any of that stuff. I mean, it's decent. I'll watch it. But the sci-fi stuff that's kind of inaccurate bugs me. Like, I like somewhat accurate, like Interstellar and, Martian Man, whatever, fucking Mars dude. Those videos or those movies that they spent bazillions of dollars to try to get the science mostly right. Like as soon as you whip out a lightsaber and start fucking fighting with fucking big fat glob dude. I mean, I'm just, it's entertaining, but I don't. Why are we talking about this? I don't know. I'm just gonna collect haters with that, but that's not gonna save you a lot of money. I've been working on the Scotty Kilmer. I've been working up the strength and time and opportunity to make a Scotty Kilmer impression video, and I was gonna do it, but then I cut my hair without really thinking about it. But I want to grow out my hair and part it out, and then get myself a fucking jean jacket or whatever the fuck he wears, and the sunglasses, the shades. Gotta have the shades. I'm gonna go full Scotty Kilmer and make a video. Yeah, I'd love to do that. So we're gonna try to do that. Someone wanted to. Okay, 5 more minutes. So 10:35. Someone wanted to see me flip the ratchet I saw. Rev those engines. Rev those engines. Hey guys, Chris Fix here. Hey guys, Chris Fix. That's all I got. That's all I got for that, bro. He's doing great, by the way. Fucking sons of bitches getting. Lots of people are getting their own nice garages now and full size lifts, and trust me, this lift is good enough for me to party, but I do miss a full rise 2-post, I'll tell you what. And I do wish I looked at a little bit more houses. We kind of jumped on this house before. We should have looked around more. And we both wanted a ranch style house, and we literally looked at non-ranch style houses first and then picked one. And then we were like, wait. But this house is absolutely beautiful. But this soffit in the garage is fucking terrible, because this has 11 feet 6 inch ceilings everywhere, which is pretty good. But this soffit bumps it down to like 9 foot 6, something like that, which is right where I have the lift. And it has a I-beam. It is structural support to keep the fucking house up. Because I was like, oh, I'll just fucking modify part of the soffit right there. No. Support beam, which I should have known. Support beam, and then there's an I-beam. So there's a metal pole, and there's an I-beam running across. So yeah, fuck me sideways, but still gets the job done. And I can fully lift at least this lift to its max height, which is like 47 inches, which is good enough for me to creeper under there and get stuff done. So anyway, that's the 5-year plan, is to hopefully the market doesn't crash and the economy doesn't crash, and I actually make a profit and collect savings. And although I have a child, so a lot of money needs to be made in this shop. And y'all motherfuckers with the super chats, you're helping me out, and I appreciate it. But 5-year plan is to sell this house, ideally make a profit, sell it for more than I bought it for, obviously, and have a good chunk of money for my next house, which I don't need the house to be a mansion. I don't need a big old house. I just want a separated garage big enough to have two-post full rise lifts, tire machine, a balance machine, a press, obviously a little bit more room than this 3-car garage. But I'll tell you what, I am efficient and organized as shit. And I got this place pretty packed up and working out pretty efficient. If my wife wants to surrender her third space, I probably could get a tire machine and a balancer in here, but I don't really want to be doing tires all the time. It would just be nice to have. But anyway, I need more of a dedicated shop working strictly right out of my garage. This is very nice. Trust me, the way I get to work, there's no traffic. It's fantastic. Bud, 2 minutes till I'm okay. So now I'm 10:40 because we got another super chat. im.js. Remember, don't remember which, but your vid that started with Chris Fix here. Wait, wrong person. Had me laughing so hard. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I know a lot of people got a kick out of that. That's why I want to do the Scotty Kilmer one. You know, I'm not very good at impressions, impersonate. Why can't I think of that fucking word? Somebody tell me that word. Members only jacket. Jackson. Anyway, Christopher Walken. Today we're gonna fix the brakes. No, sometimes I can tune in and out of Christopher Walken. The guy, Christopher Walken. We're working on that. Scotty Kilmer, I've got down. Hey guys, Chris Fix. Hey guys, Chris Fix here. Today we're gonna be showing you all the cool stuff I have and AutoZone tools and cool cars and whatnot. See, a lot of these people like Chris Fix and Tools R Us and a lot of them, they thrive off shorts and having really short videos. And obviously, if you can keep the retention rate up with longer videos, you get paid more. But it's hard to do. It's hard to have people watch, especially me, my dumbass. But it seems to work out. Y'all seem to enjoy some of my longer videos, and trust me, I sit through and watch all of them because I'm the one who edits them. And some of them I don't think are going to work quite well. But I just stay authentic, and it works out. Yeah, appreciate you, bud. $5 bucks. You're helping out the cause. Also, somebody said plus 5 minutes for the live stream every time you get a super chat. And for some reason, I'm like, okay, I'll do that, but I also need to go. So no more super chats, okay? So we got 5 more minutes because Imgis. Thank you. Your shop needs more cowbell. Dude, yes. I need a cowbell in here. I did buy a little programmable key McJigger. What are those called? My vocabulary is completely gone. You can like program the keys and like it can take you to web browser shortcuts or whatever. You can make it do anything, but I set it to certain sounds. So I have like the brother, and then I have Owen Wilson going, wow. But I'm kind of good at making my own voices. I don't want to have to walk over here to push a button like a that was easy button, but it's programmable. Yeah, I got that and then a little dial to help me with editing. And it was a big learning curve for me to start editing on a computer because I was doing everything on my phone. And now I'm pretty used to using shortcuts on the keyboard. And then I bought this dial because I thought it would help me, to like scroll through the timeline and little shortcuts to cut and stuff. No, it's just an even larger learning curve to try to learn that now. And I basically gave up on it before I started. So yeah. Rest bud, spend time. Also, yeah, I've been sick, so I should go to sleep. We do need more cowbell. I'm not sure if you caught me hooked up with your Simba or new washer for ya, bud. Simba. That was like a one-off dumb idea in a video, and the response of me doing it was so well that I just kept doing it. Like that's how these things go. It's like I swear people think I created I should probably trademark For You Bud at this point. I mean, I own foryoubud.com, but yeah, and I have logos that just say FYB, which can mean something else, but it means For You Bud. And yeah, I literally just decided to act Canadian in one of my videos, and it did well, and people liked it. So I kept saying For You Bud, and then people were like, what part of Canada are you from? I'm from very south. I'm in very south Canada. We got this, by the way, foryoubud.com. It's first link on the shop side, my merch. Scroll down. We got patches. And we also have hats. Yeah. And we also have stickers and Magnets. Magnetos. Eh? Eh? Yeah. Yeah. Those have hoodies and shirts and whatnot. Yeah. All right, 2 more minutes and I'm gonna head out. So, any last questions? Because we gotta go. I gotta get out of the garage. My wife's about to pop in here and look at me like I'm a psychopath, and she might be right, but it's okay. Oh yeah, last thing. So obviously, as most of you know, I've been sandbagging the Avalon. The Avalon's been at my father's for a little bit, just because I've been in the middle of doing all this stuff. Now the plan was to do these breaks tonight, and then Monday I'm going to pick up another car. So believe it or not, even though I've had the timing belt kit and the gaskets and everything ready for the 03 Avalon, finally finish up the old faithful 300,000 mile Avalon and decide to keep it or sell it or give it away. Motherfucker. Gavin, how are you still here? What are you doing? Bro, you can't, $20 bucks. I want to say no to 20 more minutes, but you just gave me $20 bucks of your hard-earned money that I know is hard-earned money. And I don't think you also offered me like 10 grand for, I know you're joking, but don't do that. A pipeline because Tools R Us was trying to get my this thing, which he got a lot of them. He got like a lot of the president's little dinguses, and he's got a lot of them. I'm sure he's going to post that or show that in his videos. But that was my first pipeline, so I wanted to keep this. So I told him to eat shit. And obviously, he said I told him I'd give it to him if he won at a game of darts, but then we got distracted and didn't actually do that. But anyway, 10 more minutes because now it's 10:40. 10 more minutes. That's all I can do for you, bud. 10 more minutes, but we got to make it worthwhile. Like I can't just ramble. Anyway, I guess I was in the middle. I would have just kept talking past 10:40 anyway because fucking I can't stop rambling. But we are now doing. I literally have a timing belt right here. It's an ASIN TKT024 spark plugs, valve cover gaskets, PCV valve, all that jazz, dry belts that I'm going to do on the Avalon, which is a 1MZ, whatever the fuck the engine is, right? So now on Monday, which maybe not Monday, because now I have to do this on Monday. Either way, I'm going to pick up this car on Monday and probably peek a gander at it. But it is a 06 Toyota Solera convertible in red. And it has a 3MZ, 3.3 liter. And guess what we're doing on it? Which I got today, a little day earlier. More spark plugs. Basically the same exact thing. I'm doing spark plugs, timing belt kit. It's my sister's husband's mother, whatever that makes it to me, whatever you want to call it. Very nice lady. This is her car. I think it has 120,000 miles on it, something like that. Bought it from her neighbor, super cheap, like $5,000. Fantastic engine, 3MC, 3M, whatever the fuck. And she took it to, she noticed a little bit of oil spotting on her driveway because she parked it in a place she doesn't normally and noticed it. And she took it to a place, an independent shop, and they quoted her $3,500 to do a timing belt, which they only quoted the timing belt kit with a tensioner and the water pump. They didn't quote drive belts. They didn't quote cam seals, crank seal. They didn't quote a lot of stuff they probably should have. And then for the oil leaks, so they charged her like $100 for oil leak diagnosis. And they said, I can pull it up. I might pull it up because we got time now, thanks to Gavin. Yeah, let's pull this up real quick. So she sent me the full inspection, but I'm not going to say the shop. It's not important. But $91 leak diagnosis. Okay. Found obvious fluid leaks from both the transmission fluid pan and the lower engine oil pan. So this is a 3MZ 3.3 liter V6, right? And they say both the trans and oil pan are leaking. These leaks can result in fluid levels becoming low over time, potentially causing premature wear, blah, 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 blah. Bullshit, filler words. There also appears to be some power steering fluid leaking around the power steering pump area. Because the surrounding area is contaminated, you just said that the trans pan and the oil pan are leaking. And now you're saying that the power steering pump area has signs of leakage, which is above those pans. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? It's above those pans. But anyway, they say they see leaks around the power steering area. Because the surrounding area is contaminated, the exact source should be rechecked after the more obvious leaks are repaired and the area is clean. So I'm sure not. Gavin's a baller, bro. Gavin. Anyway, story time. So not all you know this, but anyone who has done this for a while, fluid leaks, oil leaks, when you inspect, you look for the highest point of the leak, right? Gravity down. Exhibit A, 10 millimilson. Watch as I release him into the magic of the gravitational field. It went down, right? So naturally, fluid leaks on the top, right? They're up here versus up down here. They're up here. They're going to leak down. So if you have a bunch of leaks, say your valve cover gasket, your fucking power steering pump, and your oil pan are leaking, would you start with the oil pan? No. Start with the highest point of the leak. Because if the valve cover is leaking, it goes down, down, gravity, right? Down. So the oil pan can get covered in oil from a higher up leak, such as a valve cover gasket. So for them to say whatever that they're trans pan and oil pan, which it may be leaking, but it's weird for them to say that. As you should check for the highest point of the leak. And 130,000 mile vehicle, a 3MZ. I know for sure this Avalon rear valve cover gasket's leaking. A 2006 Toyota Solara, that's 20-year-old vehicle. Those gaskets are just about begging for their lives right now. So you're going to tell me that you're recommending to replace the oil pan gaskets, which, by the way, I don't think they have gaskets. It's just what the fuck? The Land Rover's making noises. Anyway, I think it's just a pan that needs to be resealed with liquid gasket. But anyway, and then they say, so in the leak diagnosis, the passenger side rack and pinion boot was damaged during the previous alignment. A damaged steering boot can allow dirt and moisture to enter the steering rack and contaminants in. Recommend replacing the damaged boot to protect the rack and pinion assembly. So that's under their leak diagnosis is a twisted boot, which isn't going to cause a leak because there shouldn't be fluid in the steering rack bellow boot. And if there is, it means the rack end seals are leaking. So I don't know why that's in the leak diagnosis, but whatever. For the transmission leak, recommend replacing the transmission fluid filter, drain plug gasket, transmission fluid, and pan/reseal gasket, whatever. So recommending to obviously do transmission fluid, replace the filter, which I don't know if it has an external filter or they're talking about the pickup. Who fucking knows? Also recommend resealing the lower engine oil pan after the repairs, clean the affected areas, and recheck the vehicle to verify the leaks have been corrected. So they're starting, anyway, they are starting with the lowest possible point of leakage, period. So them recommending both pans leaves me to assume that there shouldn't be a spot of oil anywhere above the pans, right? Because you would obviously then recommend the highest point of the leak. And then they go to say that your power steering fluid, your power steering pump may be leaking, but start with the big leaks first. If the big leaks are fucking below the power steering pump, obviously it's not those, right? But whatever, I digress. Maybe they're talking about fucking, wind and, anti-gravitational forces doing that. But anyway, that's $91, $92. So the transmission pan situation, they want $690. And that's for 3.7 quarts of fluid, filter kit, Wix transmission filter kit, and the labor. And then they want for the engine oil pan gasket, which comes with an oil change, $730. Pulling it up. Oh, you know what? We're out of time, but I'm going to finish this for the bros. So, see, bro knows. Same with washing the car. Hey, yeah, good point. Yeah, you always wash the car top to bottom. You don't want to be rubbing dirt up the car. You want to clean from the tippy top and work all that dirt down. So anyway, yeah, the gist of that is yes, I fully think the valve cover gasket's leaking, and I doubt the oil pan, like maybe the transmission pan. Who knows? I don't want to say they're wrong because I haven't looked at it yet, but they're fucking wrong. I'm about to pass some gaskets. I got 10 more minutes. You're good. I mean, hey, Honda Civic 91. Yeah, Avery McCall. Dude. Bro. I recognize your name immediately, bud. Avery, we went to school together. Am I wrong? Am I a psychopath? Or we did? Tyler, holy fuck, I got a story for you. Dealership today. Colorado Boulevard. Homie screamed onto the service drive, crashed into the advisor desk, popped out. Where the whip at? What? No. That did not happen. Dealership today. Colorado Boulevard. Homie screamed onto the service drive, crashed into the advisor desk, the advisor desk, popped out. Where to whip at? No, bro, that didn't happen. And if it did, cops there, bro. Security footage, camera. Is there a camera in there? Was this recorded? Because that's gold. That's gold. I don't think you'd have a reason to lie about that. It just sounds insane. Tons of cameras, bro. Grab that. Snag it up. Snag it. Send it to me. Just kidding. Post it, but send it to me. Post it, but allow me to post it too. Post that stuff. That's crazy, dude. People are crazy. There was one not too long ago. I think it was a Subaru dealership. Someone crashed through the front doors of sales. Shit's crazy. Well, bud, way to have a way crazier story than my little spiel here. That's crazy. Yeah, try to get that footage, bro. Dude, I want a compilation for the Christmas party, bro. Dude, that's crazy. And that dealership, Colorado Boulevard. That's it. Are you BMW, right? Ain't no way someone crashed a Beamer. Someone did a Beamer steamer. Someone crashed the Beamer. That's crazy, bro. Shout out to Avery, by the way. Anyway, independent shop, insert name here, recommending for the 06 Solaris. Obviously, she called me and sent me this quote, and I said I can do literally all this for a lot less than half, and not do the things that you don't need. But anyway, we're at oil pan reseal, transmission reseal, and the leak diagnosis. We are already at $1,500 to reseal 2 pans and their oil leak diagnosis. And then they put in a rec for a timing belt. It is due for a timing belt. She is unaware of the history and doesn't think it's ever been done. So they have quoted ASIN with hydraulic tensioner, adjuster, engine timing belt kit with water pump. They don't have anything quoted for the drive belts, the cam seals, the crank seals, any other very likely possible other leaks for a 20-year-old vehicle, right? No, none of that. All they have is this very kit right here. So ASIN TKT 026. So they have this quoted at $1,225. This is about $160 kit that you can buy from the interwebs. Few day shipping. So that's a lot of labor. Places, they got to make money. They charge a lot for labor, but $1,200 for that. And then they're recommending a WIN cooling system exchange where they flush your cooling system, which Japanese vehicles, their coolant they use, it really doesn't corrode. It lasts, trust me, I bet their radiator's clean as a whistle. There's probably no corrosion or buildup in it, and it does not need to be flushed. But anyway, that's $260 added on to the timing belt, which is $1,225, which if you're doing the timing belt, you have to drain the coolant. So you're somewhat doing a drain and fill with just the labor of the timing belt. So it's really unnecessary to charge her an extra $260 to flush the cooling system, but whatever, that's what they do. They're trying to make the $1 So that's 225 plus 260, that's $1,480. Yeah. $1,485 for the timing belt, and they're not even going to do the cam seals, the dry belts. I'm assuming the dry belts probably look okay, but anyway, I ordered dry belts, which I only got spark plugs in this timing belt kit. But so they didn't recommend spark plugs or a valve cover gasket kit, or look at the valve cover. I'm almost certain the valve cover gasket's leaking. Like I said, start with the highest point of leak. Them recommending both of those pan reseals is telling me that they do not see any leaks on this entire 20-year-old engine other than at the very bottom, the very last spot that it could possibly leak. That is what they're recommending. So, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I think they're dumb at the same time. And I think they were about to waste my relative's money. So anyway, that total came out to about $3,200. And I am doing a timing belt with the dry belts, crank seal, cam seal, PCV valve with the grommet, valve cover gaskets, plenum gasket, any other gasket that I take off to get to the valve cover. We're doing spark plugs. I'm going to actually inspect it and find out what's going on with the timing belt and all that stuff. Yeah, coolant flush during cooling system repairs is criminal. Yeah, I mean, for some cars, if it's gunked up, they pulled the cap. But if that's the case, they should have listed that, like, remove radiator cap, found reservoir gunked up, blah blah. Like, picture, show me something, tell me why it needs to be flushed. Y'all are crazy. $260 whatever. Everything's expensive. When I left Honda, their hourly labor rate was at $300 an hour, which obviously is different for like doing brakes and whatever. Like the customer doesn't pay that labor for the brakes. It's, there's this deal and then the oil change is this deal and blah, blah, blah. So it's so stupid. But like, and the diag, whatever, it's $300 for an hour. So you're crazy. So this company is doing $100 for that leak diag, which is decent, although I think it's trash. But anyway, I'm charging, well, basically nothing. She's going to pay me for the parts, which I spent, I think it was like it's like $356 for all this, for all the parts, spark plugs, good spark plugs, NGK all day, Iridium laser beams, tequila shots in 10 more minutes. Hey, how many channels you got, bud? Burnt Out Workaholic. That's Bud. That's Bud's channel. Everybody, follow this Bud. Follow Bud with the tequila shots. This man I watched take more shots than I could handle without becoming part of the floor with no problem. Anyway, this is bro from before. Everybody follow Gavin, or follow this bro, Burnt Out Workaholic, man, trying to drink me to death at Pipeline. Anyway, bro, check out Avery McCall. I'm sorry. Check out what he's saying. Today, a dealership in Colorado that he works at, someone drove through the drive, crashed into the advisor's desk, popped out, saying where to whip at. Bro, that's crazy. And there's tons of cameras. Oh yeah, bro, I'm sure someone's gonna grab that. Yeah, very interested to see that, bro. I know you can DM on YouTube. I have no idea how to do it. I think I have your number, but we're you'll figure out how to send me that or post it and I'll see it. Shoot out you, Tyler. Proud of you, bud. Hey, thank you. I don't know what I'm doing, how I got here. I don't know what I'm doing, but I got a wife, a 2.5-year-old daughter. That is, that's my main. I'm like my vocabulary is completely destroyed right now because I need to go to sleep. But bros keep sending me money, which, by the way, you stop it. Burnt Out, Bud, Gavin, Bud, stop it. That's my biggest accomplishment is my beautiful daughter. But I'm pretty proud of this garage too. Will say so myself. Yeah. And I know I've seen some of your videos and what you've been getting into. And I know we talked a little bit ago about you doing some metal work and stuff, and that's super awesome. Yeah, it's hard to, I'm terrible at keeping up with stuff, but it's really good to, talk and communicate and meet like this burnt out workaholic bud I met at Pipeline. I decided to go Pipeline, and I'm very glad I did because I met a lot of people and learned a lot of stuff. And, I can learn a lot from you, Avery. I have what some say is knowledge, but yeah, we can help each other out. I love it. Love to see it. More like toilet flush, coolant flush, more like coolant flush during cooling system repairs is criminal. It is. You ever thought of repairing motorcycles or no? I would definitely be interested in repairing motorcycles. Seems like it'd be pretty simple, easier to lift, lighter, pick up the engine and whatnot. Yes, but I've seen a lot of bad accidents, and my parents would probably be terrified only because they've done stupid things and have gotten hurt and don't want me to get a motorcycle and yada yada yada. But yes, that does seem interesting to me. Maybe in the future, I don't know. When you get some money flowing, when you get some projects going. But if anybody wants to know where I used to work, this doesn't really matter now. So I don't work there anymore. But check out I do like their little badge, the logo they got going on. It's beautiful. With the speaking of motorcycles, the Honda. Oh yes, yeah, nice little patch. And we got this patch. 10 more fucking minutes, dude. It's 11 o'clock. Which that's like 6 more minutes. All right. Love NGK. Yeah. And NGK's never let me down, bud. We also got this Velcro patch. This bud's got nice merch she was handing out at Pipeline. So I've got this guy, which I don't really have any Velcro to put this on, but we'll figure it out. How's the audio been, by the way? Decent? What the fuck am I doing? Oh, yeah. We got, he's also got one of these. It's beautiful. Oh, shit. Gorgeous. Gavin, did you get one? Yeah, you got some of his little merch. So this is sticking up on my Omni wall. Hell yeah, brother. Dig it. Gotta find somewhere to put this, but I think I'm just gonna randomly place it in videos. Anyway, we gotta be done. No more dollar bucks. First of all, I know you work your ass off, but don't give me your dollar bucks. I just sit at home all day, which you don't. I mean, it seems nice. It's actually a lot of work. It's destroying my brain, but we're figuring it out. It's gonna be fine. I have no regrets. Just finished a car today, 2013 750. Turbo, coolant lines, axle reboot, upper oil pan, for tires alignment, 10K out the door. Dude. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. I went to fucking Land Rover to get 4 fucking atrocious torque to yield bolts, which I know BMW does that shit too. It's like $8 a bolt. I don't know if you were here for that conversation. This is like $12 or $14 single bolt, one-time use, torque to yield. Fucking bullshit. I drove to Land Rover, spent like $56 on 8 bolts. I was going to get some online, but I needed to get them quickly. Although I ordered the wrong fucking parts for this Land Rover, so guess I had more time than I thought I did. But ridiculous. So, God, where's the other one, by the way? Oh, yeah, I don't want to lose those guys. But anyway, yeah, Land Rover's crazy. It's very similar. There's different money tiers, right, that people are in. And, most people are like here, and then people like here, and there's people like past my ceiling where money is literally nothing to them. Probably like the bro who crashed into the desk saying, "Where's the whip?" I imagine he's probably got the dollar bucks to pay for all that. Did you have a mentor? I wouldn't say I had a mentor. I went to a community college that had a automotive program, and I got my foot in the door. And just no, I had techs that were higher up than me working next to me, and kind of just did training and learned from my mistakes and struggling and figuring shit out. And yeah, that's crazy, by the way. $10,000 out the door. They probably paid it all, huh? Ain't no payment plan with that shit. Laying on the floor at time feels nice. What? Okay, we're gonna need to head out. I appreciate all the super chats, even the excessive ones. Bud, I'm gonna owe you. I'm I'm gonna owe you. I'm gonna have to go out there. I'm scared to go out there though. Georgia. I'm from Georgia. I'm gonna have to head out to Georgia, but I might not make it back if I do. So, which was tougher, 2 years old or the newborn trenches? Oh, bud. The newborn was difficult because it's still new. Like it was my first kid, so newborn was definitely difficult just because you're not really used to it yet, and the crying and it's a lot of work. It's very hard at first, but no, dude, the 2-year-old, she's 2.5 right now, and now that she can understand and she wants to, she's very smart and like literally, so we can tell her, she understands. She's super smart, and it just opens up this whole other world of oh shit. And I know it's not going to get any better. It's just going to change, but she's so goddamn smart, and now it's just anything you want her to do, she'll do the opposite. She like gets a kick out of not doing what you're telling her to do, or whenever girl can't sit still at the table to eat to save her life, and thinks it's hilarious to do things when we tell her not to do them. So it's almost, you got to like reverse psychology. It becomes very challenging. Like all of a sudden they go from not talking to being not only fully articulate in speaking, but tricky and sneaky and sassy and smart as hell, and like trying to maintain control and play you like a fiddle. And they do. And you gotta, she fake cries so good too. Like it sounds so legit. And then like recently I'm like, are you fake crying? And then she starts like laughing like a switch. It's like, how many of these cries have been fake? Most of them fully fabricated. She's just like got little puppeteers. Like we're just little puppeteers to her. And yeah, they get smart disgustingly fast, and it's rough. The night is young, not for me, bud. I've been really sick. Should I get a Honda Acti? I don't know what that is, but yes. Yeah, I got a magnet and a patch, but $100 for another hour? Don't do it, bro. This is the exact fucking behavior bro had at Pipeline, which I mean, I willed myself to not go to no after parties, and I trust me, like I'm surprised you didn't like hold me there captive or try to strategically make me miss the bus, because I almost did. But I'm glad I didn't, because I wouldn't have. Although my flight did get delayed for 6 hours, so I certainly had enough time to have a long night, but it wasn't for me. No, it's only 1 a.m. here. All right, we're going off your time. I said no later than 1 a.m., but we're going off Gavin's time. So we got to head out, Jerry, Buds, Johannesburg. We got to go. Last little, what do we got? So we got a timing belt kit over here now. We got a timing belt kit over here. We got a Disney Princess Jeep over here. We got this wall, by the way, I'm very proud of. Very proud of the wall. That's Cappuccino. Here's what y'all are looking at, by the way. Why is there a crying baby? Prolific shoplifters sought by Aurora police. Responsible for over. Oh. Here's the desktop background. Here's what we're looking at, by the way. Hey from Tombstone. I don't know what that means. Like the grave? Are you dead? Are you dad? Are you dad? Fluffy, dude. Gotta iron the pillows. Why? I feel like I'm ashamed to say I've never heard that. Peace out, man. Thank you for sticking around. And then DM me. I'll try to DM you. I don't know. I'm terrible at these things, but I'm gonna try. I got Gavin DMing me on Instagram. I gotta try to follow through with this shit. Avery saying good audio. Thank you. I forgot I asked that fucking question. And thanks for checking out my stream, bro. I don't know how much you've followed along with my stupid videos, but I appreciate you appreciating me. So hell yeah, bud. Keep killing it. Find that video, get it, obtain the copyrights to it, and post it. Get it out there, post it, sell it for 50% royalty to a company who puts it on fucking shows on the TV. Get some $1 from it. I have no fucking clue what the damn bolts cost, but fuck, there is a lot of them. Replace 100 one-time use bolts on a EV battery lid. Fuck. Yeah, those are, I mean, those are probably like $5 pop. $500 in bolts is crazy. And the fact that like it's whatever, it's fucking torque to yield, like the bolt stretches a little bit. Torque to yield, I get that. Cool. But it's just the material they fucking use that makes it torque to yield only one time, as in a one-time use bolts. Because like Honda has different metal that they use on their bolt. They definitely don't have fucking one-time use bolt. Actually, on some of the newer stuff, there is. I don't know what the fuck. It's like whatever, aluminum, magnesium, fucking cast, whatever the fuck metallurgy is going on with them. But it doesn't have to be. It can just be fucking steel fucking bolt that torques to yield but doesn't stretch and can be reused. Like, I don't know, every fucking Honda. Like, there's a lot of bolts that should replace. Like newer Hondas are starting to use that shit. But I don't fucking get it, man. I don't fucking get it. EV lid cover bolts is wild to use those bolts because, like, why? There's probably some structural rigidity that the EV battery gives for the vehicle. Not that that justifies it. I don't know. Peace out, Fluffy. The after party was pretty lit, to be honest. My flight in Baltimore got delayed quite a bit too. Okay, I'm like very impressed that you guys made it to your flights because I thought they were pretty early. Would you have made it if it didn't get delayed? Probably. See, some people are just different fucking animals. Gavin's he's the guy. And I had an old roommate who was the guy who could just fucking party hardy, wake up 5 a.m., be ready to work, 10-hour shift. Not me, bud. AT&T videos. What? AT&T videos. I got a TNT video. What? I got a Milwaukee M2 stubby 1/2-inch. Fucking A, bud. That's good shit. I love Milwaukee tools, especially after going to Pipeline. Yeah, I'm a forever fan of Milwaukee tools. Tombstone, Arizona. I feel like I knew that. I was just, Arizona though. What's up, bud? It seems like you've been getting away from name brand tools. Do you have a beginner kit you recommend? So I just kind of somewhat partnered up with Capri Tools. Their stuff's very cheap for what they have. So ratchets, sockets, impact sockets. They have some air tools. Super good. I'm liking Capri. I haven't used them too much, but I just use their 12-point impact socket, and I'm loving their locking ratchets. They're disgustingly cheap compared to tool trucks. Sunex, Sunex, Astro. Got Capri. You got Gear Wrench, makes pretty good ratchets, makes good wrenches. They make a lot of stuff, actually. Vim tools, they're kind of getting up there in price, honestly. But love their stuff, and they're making tons of stuff now. They're really starting to grow. There's lots. ForYouBud.com. Go ahead and check it out. That's a forever I will be working on Linktree, where I recommend a lot of good stuff. There's some good stuff in there. I still want to improve on that and kind of make my own website, but it's just it's a lot for me to work on all at once. You sound the most like Deadpool. A lot of people say that, or the guy from How to Train Your Dragon with the "Hey bud, hey bud." I gotta go. This is it. But toothless, bud. Question: I have a 2011 Kia Sorento, 180,000 miles. I got a check engine light with a P0018 camshaft position sensor code. Do you think replacing the sensor would fix the issue, or is it a bigger issue? Well, that is why you need to diagnose the issue. That's why diagnosing costs money, because it's more than just pulling the code. So I wouldn't assume. Oh yeah, definitely wouldn't have made it. My flight, Wisconsin, about 12:30. Nice. Well, I'm glad you actually made it home, bud. Anyway, I need the footage from the gas station with all the energy drinks, bro. I only have a video of us getting to the gas station. I think I stopped recording once I got in. I don't know why. That was a bit of a blur. I wish I got some pretty stupid videos and me talking to the president dude Paul Fry while I was a little drunk. Not gonna lie, stupid. He's super cool though. They're all super cool. Anyway, yeah, you could have a stretched chain. So I would check that. Check for actually. I reached out to a shop who's known for the area having a big following on YouTube, and they straight up told me just to replace the engine. Sounds like they just wanted to take the easy way out. Yeah, they may have, or they may be correct, but I wouldn't assume. I would not assume. So camshaft position sensor code. So I'm not familiar with that code. Is it a correlation code? Like I could pull up that code. I gotta head out though, but look into it. Look on Reddit. Sometimes a good place. I can look into it. I mean, let me just see what that code is exactly. 11 Sorento P0018. I mean, I'm sure you could tell me and probably are telling me right now, but yeah, okay. So camshaft position correlation, bank 2 sensor A. So that's the computer detecting a misalignment between the cam and crank seal sensors. So yeah, that's a stretch chain can do that. The chain skip to 2. Likely it's a stretch chain. So I'd check the condition of your oil. Definitely make sure your oil level is good. And then I'm not sure how easy it is to peak the timing, but you'd have to check timing to see if the timing's off. Yeah. So I don't know. I would try to maybe find a shop who's willing to check timing or actually diagnose it and give you clear evidence of why you should replace the engine. Because if it has good compression and it's just a stretched chain, you can replace the timing chain, fix that issue, and it should be fine. If you have engine wear from lack of oil changes or having low oil, and that caused the chain to stretch, then it might be a good idea to replace the engine because there's engine wear. You can put a new timing chain in it, but if there's wear and poor compression, yada, yada, you might as well just replace the engine. But that might not be the case. It might just be stretched. 180,000 miles isn't too much, though. It shouldn't. Only reason it gets stretched if it gets too hot. So when it gets too hot, it means it doesn't have sufficient oil flow. or the oil is degrading. You go too long on oil changes. These turbo cars, man, they're rough. But yeah, I would suspect a potential stretched chain, which isn't necessarily the end of the world. You might not need an engine. You could get away with doing a chain. You need to be up on your oil changes. Yeah, Gavin. Okay, for real. I gotta work in 5 hours. I figured. Love you, bud. The new friend that we instantly love, Gavin. Give a follow to that, bud. Yeah, I gotta go too. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. $2 bucks. I'm sorry, I can't give 5 more minutes, but I did give you somewhat of, I hope to be good advice. But yeah, a lot of people think Kias are trash. I literally just bought a brand new Kia Telluride with no regrets. With a 22 Kia. I almost forget the name, dude. We got a brand new Kia Telluride, and then we had a Seltos. 22 Seltos. I got 30,000 miles. Didn't have a single problem with it. Just fantastic car. And if you buy a new Kia's 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty, you literally can't beat it. But a lot of their older engines have a lot of problems, but they also have really good warranty, and you can replace them as long as you trade them well. They can take, you can get them to a lot of miles, but they need oil changes more often, especially turbo cars. I don't have an issue with Kia. My experience has been good so far. We'll see how this Telluride goes. Yeah. Anyway, I gotta head out. Last one. Oh wait, CRV with 300K. Should I change water pump and temp sensor too? I wouldn't. 300K. If you're not hearing any weird sounds from the water pump, the dry belt area, I wouldn't. It's not super easy to replace that water pump. I wouldn't worry about it. The one thing I'd maybe do is take your dry belt off and feel the water pump pulley. If it feels stiff, or you feel play in it, or if you hear sound, which, like pulley noise, bearing going out noise, or while it's running with the dry belt on, you can kind of see if your water pump pulley is wobbling. It's okay if it wobbles a tiny bit, but an excessive amount, you should definitely replace it. It's a lot of miles. Like I said, it's up to you. That's a whole another ballpark, especially if you're doing it yourself. I mean, you can do it. Anyone can wrench. But by the way, that's my subreddit. If any of y'all aren't on my subreddit on Reddit, I'm on Reddit for some reason. Anyone can wrench. Check it out. But I'd say it's up to you if you want to do the water pump. It's not fun. It is possible, and like I said, those water pumps are good. They can last pretty long, but if you're not feeling any issues, it's not making any weird noises, I wouldn't be quick to replacing it. The temp sensor, again, you can if you want to. I would hook up a scan tool, see if it's reading. Like as long as the system's operating properly, you're getting, like from cold start, you're getting proper temp readings from the upper and lower hose. And then as the engine warms up, one hose is hot. And once it gets to temperature and the thermostat opens, you should feel both hoses hot. You should feel good pressure on the hoses. As long as that's working, the fan's kicking on, everything's operating. And if you have a scan tool, if you can look at the reading, I wouldn't be quick to replace the temp sensor unless you actually have an issue with it. Okay, this concludes the extremely long 2.5-hour live stream. I appreciate all of you who left me super chats. I will be trying to post this failure of a front brake job video soon. I also have a little clip of me scraping off burnt plastic off of the Avalon's exhaust because I'm tired of smelling it. So, yeah. Bruh, that doesn't count. I don't know what you're referring to, but yeah, anyway. Gonna go squeeze the lemon, bro. People with these things I haven't heard in a minute. Um, yeah, bro. Again, congratulations. You've won the game of the '08 CRV. Fantastic car, as you can tell. 300,000 miles. Welcome to the 300,000 mile club. I have a '03 Avalona with 300,000 miles. Have an '08 with 300,000 miles. Very nice. Very impressive. Yeah. Keep that sucker going. Just stay on the fluids, stay on the oil changes, which apparently you do. I can tell you do. So, and you're being proactive with it. I appreciate it. But if there's no issues, there's no weird noises, I wouldn't be quick to wanting to replace all these things unless you just want to do it. You have the time to do it, then fucking go for it. And if you have any questions, let me know and I'll help you out. '03 Civic with 300K. And you're Canadian, bud. Hell yeah, brother. Welcome to the 300,000 mile club. We should probably start another subreddit called the 300,000 mile plus club, where you post your 300,000 mile plus vehicle there. That's a good idea. I don't have any time to do that, but one of you should, and I'll join it. Kilometers, not miles. That's fine. We're not mad at that. A little bit different, though. You're going to have to get up to, what, 500 and something kilometers, 500 something thousand, and then we'll talk. Anyway, we gotta go. This is it. Love you. It's been fun. Where's my little mic box? We don't know. We're gonna end the stream. Yeah. Good night. Get some sleep for real.